ENTJs are often doing these unusual things. Let's find out if you do them as well. Number 1. Offer constructive criticism like it's a love language. To an ENTJ, offering constructive criticism isn't just something they do, it's practically a love language. If there were a Hallmark card for it, it would say, "I care about you, so here's how you can optimize your life." Their version of affection often sounds like a performance review, and nothing says, "I'm invested in you," quite like a detailed list of areas for improvement. They genuinely believe that by pointing out where you can do better, they're helping you reach your full potential. And what could be more loving than that? When an ENTJ gives you feedback, it's not just a casual comment, it's a well-structured analysis, complete with a breakdown of strengths, weaknesses, and an action plan. If they're telling you how to deliver a better presentation or even brush your teeth more efficiently, just know it's coming from a place of genuine concern for your growth. In their eyes, the highest compliment is believing in your capacity to improve. If they didn't care, they'd just smile and nod. But if they're suggesting a 5-step program to up your game, you're in their inner circle. The ENTJ's approach isn't about being harsh or tearing you down, it's about sharpening the iron and making sure you're equipped to crush any goal you've set. If you're baking a cake and they spot a flaw, they'll propose switching the recipe, adjusting the temperature, and maybe even present a slide deck on the top 3 ways to achieve the perfect fluffy texture. You might say, "I just wanted to share a slice," but the ENTJ is already knee-deep in strategies to make your next cake Michelin star worthy. If you show them a project you're working on, get ready for a TED Talk of feedback. "It's good, but have you thought about?" will be the opening line, followed by a structured critique that could rival any management consultant's. This isn't nitpicking, it's an expression of how much they believe you can be even better. In their world, constructive criticism is like handing you a secret sauce for the next level. "I see your potential, and I won't let you settle." Their partners, friends, and colleagues quickly learn that when an ENTJ says, "Do you want my honest opinion?" it's time to brace for an in-depth evaluation. But if you actually follow their advice, you'll likely find that it works, because ENTJs don't do surface level. They identify the root problem and brainstorm multiple solutions, probably with pros and cons for each. To ENTJs, offering feedback is their way of saying, "I'm invested in your journey, and I want to see you win." It's like cheering from the sidelines, only with a whistle, a playbook, and a readiness to step in as your life coach at a moment's notice. If you can embrace their version of tough love, you'll realize their feedback isn't just about flaws, it's about celebrating your strengths and challenging you to level up. Because in the ENTJ's world, true love means never settling for good enough. Number 2. Find relaxation in structured planning. For ENTJs, relaxation doesn't come from lying on a beach or binging TV. It comes from the sweet, soothing bliss of a well-structured plan. If you've ever caught them unwinding, it's probably with a planner or spreadsheet in hand, not a glass of wine. Their idea of kicking back is color-coding schedules, mapping out a detailed itinerary for a future trip, or creating a 5-year career plan complete with quarterly milestones and contingency strategies. To most people, that sounds like work. But to an ENTJ, it's practically meditation. Imagine an ENTJ at a spa, lounging in a robe. While everyone else is emptying their minds, they're mentally organizing the upcoming week, figuring out how to hit every goal, and maybe drafting an action plan for world domination. Hand them a blank calendar and watch them become a Zen master of productivity, filling it with tasks, deadlines, and reminders like it's an art form. Their favorite pastime? Turning chaos into order. Nothing is more satisfying for an ENTJ than taking a jumbled mess of to-do lists and dreams, then lining them up neatly in rows, columns, and categories. It's as if their brain is always running project management software, and they find serenity in setting priorities, assigning time slots, and knocking tasks off one by one. Planning isn't just about how they get things done, it's how they de-stress. While others might light candles or take deep breaths, the ENTJ's version of me time involves mapping out a personal growth strategy or organizing a bookshelf according to a perfectly calculated system. Their mind relaxes when they can see the roadmap, plot the course, and set a clear direction for whatever's ahead. Even when planning a vacation, they can't just book a flight and a hotel. They'll create a day-by-day itinerary, complete with optimal sightseeing routes, restaurant reservations, and a backup plan for unexpected rain. The idea of winging it is their version of a horror story. Give them a chance to strategize the perfect trip, and they'll treat it like a masterclass in logistics, finding true tranquility in knowing every moment is accounted for. To outsiders, this obsession with planning looks like workaholism, but for ENTJs, it's the ultimate form of relaxation. Number 3. Talk in bullet points. ENTJs speak in bullet points as if they were born with a built-in PowerPoint projector in their brains. When they talk, it's like they're laying out a slide deck, bold headings, subpoints, and a clear call to action at the end. Every sentence feels like part of a mental agenda. First, let's address this issue. Second, here are 3 potential solutions. Finally, here's why you should listen to me and get on board. It's not just a conversation, it's a streamlined presentation, and you might feel compelled to take notes. Their style is the verbal equivalent of a well-organized spreadsheet. Ask them a simple question like, "How was your weekend?" and you'll get 1. I tackled some work projects. 2. I reorganized the garage. And 3. I squeezed in time for relaxation. You might even expect a follow-up email with a pie chart showing how they allocated their time. When it comes to giving directions, don't expect anything less than a step-by-step breakdown. An ENTJ will tell you exactly where to turn, the landmarks to watch for, and include a contingency plan if there's traffic. It's not about over-explaining, it's about making sure you're fully prepared. Their brain is a flowchart, and they'll lead you through each box, 1 bullet point at a time. Even casual chats can feel like mini meetings. Alright, 3 things. 1. I think you're right. 2. Here's where we can optimize the process. And 3. I'm free Thursday if you want to talk strategy. You didn't realize you'd booked a conference call, but the efficiency is oddly comforting. Their preference for bullet points isn't just a quirk, it's how they ensure every conversation has direction, clarity, and purpose. Number 4. Play devil's advocate constantly. When it comes to playing devil's advocate, ENTJs are like that one friend who can't resist poking the bear, but they do it with the precision of a chess grandmaster. For them, arguments aren't just heated exchanges, they're intellectual battlegrounds. If there's a side of the debate no one is defending, you can bet the ENTJ will jump in with counterpoints, ready to stir the pot for the mental workout. Even if they agree with you, they'll still take the opposite stance just to keep the conversation lively and test the strength of your reasoning. It's not that they're disagreeable, they're just allergic to complacency and believe every idea should go through trial by fire. Picture this, you're in a group chat raving about your favorite movie, and right when everyone's singing its praises, the ENTJ chimes in with, "But is it really that great, or are we all just following the hype?" Suddenly the chat is ablaze, and the ENTJ is wearing a smug grin, knowing they've just turbocharged the conversation. It's not that they dislike the movie, they might love it. They just see it as their duty to push the discussion to new depths and dig up angles no one else thought to explore. They'll advocate for positions they don't even personally hold, purely to see how you defend yours. To them, it's not about stirring trouble, it's about forging stronger ideas, like a personal trainer for your mind. They're there to challenge your intellectual muscles, making them sweat so they return even stronger. Even something as simple as discussing whether cats or dogs are better pets can morph into a full-blown philosophical debate. But what does loyalty really mean in the context of human-pet relationships? They're not afraid to question sacred cows or dive into controversial territory. In fact, they relish it. Your casual chat about career plans might turn into a sparring session over whether pursuing passion or profit is more sustainable. ENTJs will pick apart your arguments with the finesse of a surgeon, not to tear you down, but to see if your ideas can hold up under pressure. Number 5. Turn everything into a competition. For ENTJs, life isn't just a journey, it's a giant scoreboard, and they're determined to rack up the most points. They don't just enjoy a little friendly competition, they thrive on it, as if their personal motto is, anything you can do, I can do faster and better. ENTJs will turn anything into a contest, no matter how trivial. If they're cooking dinner, it's a race to beat their personal record for chopping vegetables. At the gym, every workout is a chance to one-up yesterday's performance. Even driving becomes a mental time trial to find the fastest route. Road conditions be damned. If you're collaborating on a project, they'll treat each step like a mini race. Who can finish this part first? Suddenly, what you thought was teamwork feels like an unofficial competition with imaginary medals at stake. Even leisure activities aren't safe. Play a board game with an ENTJ and you'll see they're not in it for casual fun. They're in it to dominate, strategize, and emerge victorious. Thought you were just enjoying Scrabble? Nope, you've actually entered a tactical battle of wits. They don't just compete with others, they compete with themselves. They'll set ridiculous challenges like, can I finish this cup of coffee before the microwave timer beeps? Or, let's see if I can read this book in half the usual time. They're always raising the bar, creating invisible benchmarks and trying to leap over them with the vigor of a caffeinated Olympian. This competitive edge extends to conversations where even a simple chat can turn into a verbal sparring match. ENTJs will play devil's advocate, not just to annoy you, but to keep the intellectual juices flowing. Oh, you think pineapple doesn't belong on pizza? Boom. Prepare for an impromptu debate. And you can bet they're already planning to win it with a neatly organized list of pros and cons. These videos will be really helpful for you.